Hi guys, so today I wanted to sit down and film a quick video on a subject that I've recently been implementing in my life, and something that's actually pretty new to me. It may not be new to you. It's something that I realized is very important and I never did before. I actually kind of was like naive, I guess, about it, and that is self-care. So if you don't know what self-care is, it's basically you taking time out of your day. It could be once a week or once every other day, 30 minutes a day if you want to do it every day. And you're taking that time to do something for yourself. Something just for yourself, something that's making you happy. It's interesting that this is something that we're just talking about now. People have realized that it's important to take care of yourself. I'm Russian, and I grew up being instilled like, oh, the woman grows up, gets married, has kids, takes care of the husband, the children, and nowhere in there was ever really implemented to take care of myself. So I got into self-care quite recently. I was working at a job and all I was doing is just working really terrible hours, to be honest. I didn't really have much time to myself. Like, I felt like I went to work, was around people all the time, came home, I lived with roommates, was with roommates all the time, and at a certain point I was just like, I can't do this anymore. I just can't. And I feel like a lot of people, whatever your situation is, get to that point where you're like, I just can't do this anymore. And what I found is that I wasn't taking any time for myself. It was strange for me to kind of get into it. I felt weird. I felt selfish. There are so many things that I should be doing, but if you aren't taking care of yourself, how are you going to take care of others? You have to put yourself first. And yes, that may seem a little selfish, but I'm not saying think about yourself 24/7, do what's best for you, only for you, and hurt other people along the way. It's just taking care of yourself and your needs and your happiness. So I actually got into it because of a couple of my friends. They're just a very inspirational bunch, and I just love them to death. They are just so in tune with themselves, and every time I would go and hang out at their house and just be with them and be in that environment, I just felt every time like I left, I was just so in awe of them, and in awe and slightly jealous, but not in like a way of where like, oh, I wish I had all this stuff. It was just like, how is it that they can do this? Like, how is it that they can let go of certain things and just be, you know, and be free? It comes down to self-care. Self-care is gonna look different for everybody. Whatever it is that makes you happy. But what I think is important is to do it on your own, your time, yours, not anybody else's, yours. I love to paint, cook. Cooking relaxes people. Find a recipe, find something out. Maybe you've been wanting to try that recipe, you have it pinned on your Pinterest. Go and do it. That's the big thing, is take the time and do it. If you live in a house with other people, family, roommates, whatever it is, a great thing that one of my friends, Kay, actually did and still does is she takes solo road trips. She takes herself out on dates. And I am personally not someone that's there yet. But even if it's something small where it's you go to a Starbucks and you get a cup of coffee and you sit there and maybe you read a book or you write. Plenty of people do that. Why don't you try it? Go to a museum. Maybe you don't have friends or people that are interested. Who cares? Go by yourself. It is something that is yours. Self-care is something that's yours. That doesn't belong to anybody else but you. I know a lot of people feel like they just don't have the time. We have that excuse, I don't have time, I don't have time. I understand, because I worked crazy jobs. I worked a lot of customer service jobs where you work weird shifts. You work like 11 to 6 o'clock and you're like, well, I can't really do anything in the morning and I can't really do anything at night. At least that's how I felt. But that's honestly an excuse. Wake up earlier. Wake up at 8. Make that cup of coffee. Go out for that cup of coffee. After work, maybe treat yourself to dinner. It could be, honestly, it could be anything. If we all nurture ourselves in that way and are happier, it's a chain reaction. When we're happy, we project that happiness onto others. And then maybe that little spark will catch on to somebody else and it'll brighten their day. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. I hope you learned a little bit about self-care. I hope you take some of these little tips and tricks and ideas and thoughts and something away from this video. I hope it was helpful. I hope you go out and try it out. Please take care of yourselves, take care of your body, take care of your spirit, nurture it. You only have one life to live. You deserve to be happy, and you deserve to take care care of yourself. Once you take care of yourself, everything else will slowly fall into place. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time.